Hi everybody! So in my last video, we talked about adding and subtracting fractions with the same denominator. And that's really easy because since both of the denominators are the same, the results denominator is going to be the same too because of the golden rule that says that a whole's pieces are still going to be the same no matter how much you take from it or how much you add to it. So all you do in this case is add the numerators. And what's 1 plus 2? 1 plus 2 is 3. So this is really easy. But what about when both of the denominators are different? I mean, 6 isn't exactly equal to 2, and we can't add them. That wouldn't make any sense. So what would we do? Well, that's what this video is all about. So let's get right into it. So we have two equal sized squares, but one of them is split into 3 equal pieces and the other one is split into 4 equal pieces. So what's the fraction of the piece that I just shaded in for the first square? Well, I shaded in 1 piece out of 3 total pieces, so the fraction would be 1/3 or 1/3. And what's the fraction of the square that I shaded for the second square? Well, I shaded 1 piece out of 4 total pieces. So the fraction would be 1/4 or 1/4. Now, how do we add these two? Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to take the number of rows in the first square and add them as columns in the second square, like this. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pieces. And we're going to do the same thing to the first square. So we have 4 rows in the second square, and we're going to make them columns for the first square, like this. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 10, 11, 12. So this one has 12 pieces now too, and so does this one. So how many pieces are now shaded in for this square? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces shaded out of 12 total pieces. And there is 1, 2, 3 total pieces shaded in for a total of 12 pieces again. So see, these two have the same denominator. We made them both have the same number of pieces by using the rows in one square and turning them into columns for the other. And an easy way to think about this is that we're basically multiplying them. So let's have these both, again, both of these fractions. Now, what we're actually doing here is we're taking the first fraction's denominator and we're multiplying it by the numerator and denominator of the second fraction. And we're doing the same thing to the second fraction. We're taking the denominator of the second fraction and we're multiplying it by the numerator and denominator of the first fraction. So we get 3 over 12 plus 4 over 12. And now, since we have the same denominator and we can add, we simply add the numerators to get 7, because 3 plus 4 is 7. And then the denominator is going to stay the same because it's 12 pieces. So our answer to 1/4 plus 1/3 is 7/12. Now, subtracting fractions with different denominators is mostly the same thing as adding fractions with different denominators. So let's look at an example. We're going to use the 1/4 and the 1/3 example again, but instead of adding them, we're going to be subtracting 1/4 from 1/3. Now, first we have to convert them both so they both have the same denominator. And how are we going to do that? Well, we already know that 1 over 3 is the same thing as 4 over 12, as I showed you in the box example. And 1 over 4 is the same thing as 3 over 12, also from the box example. So basically, 1 over 3 minus 1 over 4 is saying the same thing that 4 over 12 minus 3 over 12 is saying. And 4 over 12 minus 3 over 12 is an equation that we know how to solve because both the fractions have the same denominator. So let's solve it. We already know that the denominator of the result is going to be 12 since both of these denominators are the same number. And all we have to do is subtract the numerators. And what's 4 times minus 3? 4 minus 3 is 1. So the answer to 1 over 3 minus 1 over 4 is 1 over 12. So this just shows how related addition and subtraction are and how converting the fractions to have the same denominator means everything when you're solving an equation. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope this made fractions a little easier to understand. And see you in the next video.